Well, it is hard to believe it's already time to make this video this year in 2024, but Nintendo has officially revealed their upcoming Black Friday sales that will be starting on November 24th. And in case you're unfamiliar with how Nintendo does things during the holiday season, they have their own round of in-house pricing that essentially at any major retailer, at least for the US region, because that is what we are covering in this video, all of the discounted pricing we are going to walk through, you would essentially be able to walk into any Target, Best Buy, GameStop, or Walmart of the world and pick up and find this discount universally at any of these retailers. In addition, we typically see Nintendo honor this exact same pricing on their Nintendo Switch eShop during the exact same sale period. So if you are somebody who will be shopping this Christmas season for yourself or loved ones, this is the video for you, and that includes whether or not you're just trying to pick up and get the best deal on a Nintendo Switch game console with a pack-in bundle game included, or some discounts on select first-party software that we rarely see Nintendo discount. So we'll get on the same page with all of this info. Before we do, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your bell notification to join Sunbro Nation if you're new here, and definitely turn notifications on and look for deals and sales videos, because I will be covering this stuff as we get closer to all of the big retailers individually doing their round of discounted games and what they are going to be doing separate from what Nintendo does, because sometimes GameStop will have the best deals on first party software. Sometimes that crown goes to Best Buy with select games, Walmart for other ones. So you'll be able to stay aware with all of that as we approach the holiday shopping season of 2024. But I want to first hop over to Nintendo's direct website, where they do have the exact details of the Black Friday sale outlined. Okay, so to start off the list of standardized discounts that Nintendo will be running themselves this year, you have Nintendo announces Black Friday offers, providing even more ways to play this holiday season. Holiday deals from Nintendo include 20 off select Joy-Con controllers, savings on dozens of games, and Nintendo Switch holiday bundles featuring the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game, which this has been the pack-in game for years and years. It is once returned as the pack-in game. And, you know, while a number of regions around the world, if you're like in the European region, or I may have even seen some options up in Canada, but you actually have a choice between some different bundles, like one including Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which I kind of think makes way more sense than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at this point, because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has been the pack-in bundle game for far too long now. Literally every year, at least in North America, that is what they have done, but it's also Nintendo's most successful selling piece of software. So if you're buying somebody a Switch, apparently you just have to also have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It is a great game with a ton of content at this point in time, 96 playable tracks, and just hands down the most content in any Mario Kart game ever by far. But we will first direct our attention to the game section before briefly talking about that bundle, which is just a pack and bundle game, so it's pretty straightforward. But at the top of the list, and remember, beginning on November 24th, so these deals are not yet live at the time you're watching this video if you're watching it right when it's going up online. But November 24th and going forward, you will have select retailers, Best Buy, GameStop, Target, and Walmart for deals on Nintendo games include $20 off suggested retail price. So for Tears of the Kingdom, it is regularly a $69.99 MSRP title from Nintendo. It's worth every penny in my opinion, but it's also the most expensive first-party Nintendo Switch published piece of software, so I don't know how many Zelda fans that price tag really deterred, as it did really well in terms of sales volume. But if you are somebody who is a fan of this more open world style Zelda game that Breath of the Wild created, Tears of the Kingdom takes that Breath of the Wild gameplay to quite literally new heights in every aspect. Creativity and how you solve puzzles and progress through dungeons really open up in this game. The addition of the Sky Islands above the lands of Hyrule and the depths beneath Hyrule are a really cool element. And while straight up traditional dungeons, the way they were in older Zelda games, are not fully back, they are back in a much bigger way and more similar to how they were in those old school traditional dungeons in this game. Some epic boss fights, arguably the best story, one of the best, if not the best story in any Zelda game period. And you're looking at easy 60 to 70 hours of gameplay going through this game, just sticking to the primary content, not even maxing out what you can do in terms of all the side quests and things. So absolutely, at a $50 price point, I would highly recommend Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And on that note, if you are somebody who purchases games digitally as opposed to physically, you can technically get Tears of the Kingdom at any time for $50 if you want to buy 2 games, because with a Nintendo Switch Online membership, which is required, Nintendo does do a thing called the Game Voucher program, which does allow you to pick up 2 pieces of software for essentially $100 total, and you can select from the list, some of which include Tears of the Kingdom. It's all basically Nintendo's first-party games included, so you're going to save $20 on this year-round if you do it as part of the Game Voucher program, but you do have to buy 2 games, not just one in that scenario. If you want to buy physical games, this is by far going to be your one opportunity anytime in the foreseeable future to pick up a brand new sealed copy of Tears of the Kingdom for $50. Now from there, we have kind of the round of $39.99 games, which include Super Mario Maker 2, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Pikmin 4, Nintendo Switch Sports, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Now, these are kind of a variety of different games. So if you want something very casual just to play with family and friends who are kind of into like motion type of games back from the Wii era, Nintendo Switch Sports is your go-to for that. However, that is not as big of a discount because I believe that game is only typically sold for $50, so it's just a $10 off, but they added in a new sport with basketball. It's kind of fun. It's not quite the same wow factor that the Wii Sports era game had. However, if you're somebody who loves Mario and grew up with that as a staple household game, I really recommend Super Mario Maker 2 because not only does it include a fantastic campaign with levels designed from Nintendo themselves that you can go through and enjoy, it also has huge community support around it where people have taken time to develop their own Mario levels. So you don't have to be the most creative mind out there. That is a fun aspect of the game, but I never really spent time in the level editor and creating levels myself. That said, I had a ton of fun playing through all of the different creations that other people, the community, fueled online, and you can play up to 4-player local co-op, which is a big plus as well. So it's a great one to go sit down and experience with the family. Animal Crossing New Horizons is like a daily tasks type of game where you're going to build out your island just how you want, basically try to work towards getting a nicer house, getting things set up the way you want around the island, planting different trees and fishing and catching all types of different creatures. Quite honestly, one of the big games that, you know, I say 70 hours plus with Tears of the Kingdom's easy. Animal Crossing kind of just never ends, and you could just kind of go to other villagers, islands, and show off your stuff and vice versa. Anyway, that I know people personally who put in well over 500 hours plus into the game, and it, like I said, it just never ends until you want it to. Pikmin 4, I did not pick up myself, but I understand it to be about the best Pikmin game ever made. It looks really fun, light and vibrant puzzle style gameplay as you progress, and Kirby and the Forgotten Land is just a fun action-adventure 3D platformer with Kirby having way more forms for power-ups and transformations than ever. He can become a vending machine in this game, a car, like all types of different crazy ideas that the team came up with around this, and some really unique boss battles as well. So for $40, not a bad price on any of those. And then there's one, I mean, Pikmin 1 and 2 for the core fans. Yes, pick that one up at $30. Absolutely. It's a classic collection of the GameCube era Pikmin games. But Super Mario Odyssey at $29.99 is a steal. And if you're getting a Nintendo Switch for anybody, or you know somebody who for sure owns a Switch, but somehow you know they do not own this game, this is a staple must own for any Nintendo Switch gamer, in my opinion. It is 3D Mario platforming at its finest. Think Mario 64, but taken to a much higher level, way more modernized visuals, great camera control. Cappy is a great addition where you can take over other enemies on screen and become them briefly for a period of time as Cappy. Really cool lands and level design. Every world is bright, vibrant, and different, and a ton of unique and engaging boss battles. Like, I just can't say enough good things about it. I personally am just ready for a brand new 3D Mario platformer experience because it's been so long since Odyssey came out, as it came out in 2017, the launch year of the Nintendo Switch. But nonetheless, with the rarity of how little we see Nintendo discount their first-party software lineup, at $29.99, you have to pick up Super Mario Odyssey if you don't own it, in my opinion. Now you just have a kind of some of the miscellaneous section that we have to go through here. So plus, grab some gear while you're at it with $20 off the suggested retail price of the Neon Red and Neon Blue Joy-Con controllers and the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, and $10 off the suggested retail price of the Nintendo Switch carrying case and screen protector, the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom edition. So a Zelda Tears of the Kingdom edition case, screen protector, $10 off. But what I want to stress is if it is time for you to get Joy-Cons or a Pro controller, also very rare to see Nintendo discount those as far as a brand new in-house product that you can pick up at any retailer or from them directly. So take advantage of that. $20 savings doesn't sound like a ton, but considering Joy-Cons are $80, you get them for $60, and a Pro controller running $70 regular, you might as well get it for $50 as part of this sale. So do your research there. Oh, and then one outline as I'm reading here is apparently it says for the My Nintendo Store or eShop, that apparently you will actually have some of these deals go live a little bit earlier, because in this article published from Nintendo, it says after November 19th. So whereas the 24th is where all the retailers start, it sounds like we might be able to expect some of these discounts to hit the eShop as soon as November 19th. So keep that in mind. There is still time to pick up the Nintendo Switch Mario Kart 8 Deluxe bundle, which we talked about. So this is either a base model Switch or an OLED model Switch, their regular retail price at $299 or $349. And the only difference is that you are getting Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as a pack-in game in addition to a 12-month membership for Nintendo Switch Online, which is just the base tier. So you do get access to the library of the original Nintendo games, Super Nintendo and Game Boy, but you do not get the N64, Sega Genesis, Game Boy Advance that are as part of the expansion pack tier for Nintendo Switch Online. And unfortunately, I don't think there's a way to just upgrade and offset the difference of the membership. I could be wrong, but you pretty much have to pay $50 annually for the expansion pack tier or $20 annually for the base tier. And the $20 annual membership is what you're getting included in this box. But in case you're not familiar with the difference between an OLED console and a standard console, the OLED only benefits people who play in handheld mode a lot, and it is a big benefit. So if you're a gamer that you're picking this up for, spends a lot of time in handheld play, get them the OLED console. It is a day and night difference in just how bright and vibrant the screen looks. And instead of it being a 6.2 inch screen, it is a full 7-inch display, which doesn't sound like a lot of difference, but I promise you, if you're playing in handheld yourself, you play it side by side with the standard Switch, you notice a difference immediately. On the other hand, the base model Switch is great for people who want primarily a docked play experience because it is the same experience as an OLED when it is in docked mode. There's no performance difference. The OLED model is essentially a $50 upgrade for handheld play. So all of that with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe thrown into the box is essentially what you're getting. It is a digital download code though, not a physical copy. And then you lastly have the Nintendo Switch Lite Hyrule Edition with a bonus of Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack membership. This is the first time I believe we've seen Nintendo throw in an expansion pack membership, but they are doing that for the Hyrule Edition Switch Lite, which is a Switch that can only do handheld play, no dock play whatsoever, but it comes in at just a $200 price point, and this particular bundle is $209.99, and you get that $50 annual expansion pack membership thrown into the deal for that. Beautiful looking console, but you are definitely paying the extra $10 because it's a Zelda collector's item, and Nintendo's just only giving you a $40 discount essentially on that annual membership for their online service. So the only thing at the very bottom of this article, they have kind of pointing out that select Target locations will be hosting live demos for Super Mario Party Jamboree. I don't know how many people are going to care about that. And then you have like some family fun days, and GameStop locations will be hosting demos of Mario and Luigi Brothership and some of their newer first-party Nintendo software. But this is the point of the video where you can decide what you're going to want to pick up for the holiday season. Let me know in the comments down below if you find any of these deals exciting. Do you think Nintendo needs to do more than they are this year around? Because I definitely think that's valid criticism considering that they really have never done a console price cut, and a lot of these deals directly from them are not the most aggressive discounts we've ever seen on their games. However, a couple gems in there with Mario Odyssey at half price, and the first time we've seen Tears of the Kingdom officially go on sale for 20 bucks off. As I mentioned, stay tuned because for third-party and first-party Nintendo Switch software, we will start to learn about all of the major retailers' Black Friday deals as we inch closer to them revealing that information, or sometimes it leaks out ahead of time. So make sure you share all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below before you leave, regardless if we agree or disagree. Also, make sure you like, subscribe, turn your notification bell. And with that, I've been Sunbro, you've been Nation. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.